Hello everybody, I'm Nick, and in this video I want to introduce you to the craziest thing you can do in C# using booleans that I haven't really seen anyone talk about, and maybe for a good reason. It's pretty out there, but I think it's so funny that we can do that. I wasn't aware of this until a few months ago, and I thought I'd make a video about it just to give you some of that cursed C# energy that I'm carrying with me. So let me show you what I have here. I have a simple console application, doesn't really have anything going on for it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a public class over here called a person. Now, this class will have two properties. It will have a name property and it will have an age property. Pretty basic stuff. And then I'm going to initialize this. I'm going to say John 30. Now, if you want to do a null check in C#. Now, to demonstrate this a bit better, I'm going to say that half the time this user will be a person and half the time it will be null, because this has to do with null checking, which is a great topic. Now, everyone knows that in C#, if you want to say that someone is not null, then you would say something like this, else the person is null. So let's just quickly print that. Here we get the name, here we get no person. If I go ahead and I run this, then I'm going to get Alice half the time and then no person half the other time. Straightforward. Now, we have the is not null, pretty cool. You can say is not null as well, even though in the semantics are a bit different. This will work a bit differently than the is not null, but for general purposes, they're going to basically just work the exact same way. But I have a confession to make. I like JavaScript, I like TypeScript, I like the simplicity of those languages. Wouldn't it be great if you could just say that if a person exists like this, then print, otherwise don't. And you can do that. If I go ahead and I run it, as you can see, I'm going to just debug this to show you how crazy this is. If you say if person, like you would do in JavaScript, then if you debug it and the person doesn't exist, then it's going to go into no person. But if you debug it again and the person does exist, and as you can see, the person does exist, then stepping over takes me into the print line. Because the person exists, we can get the name. How does this work? How could this possibly work? Now, the keen-eyed in you have probably noticed already that I have a password class here. And that is for very, very good reason. Because in order to hide how this works, I have to trick you somehow. But when I don't trick you? When I tell you that you can go on DOM-train right now using a link description and learn Postgres hands-on with this 17-hour free course where you write code directly in an IDE over here. You can have your queries and say, select everything from employees, which is a table over here. You can see all the data, run the exercise, read everything, have a voiceover if you want the exercise to be narrated to you, submit, and learn Postgres hands-on. 17 hours worth of content, 170 lessons, and I really want to see you in the leaderboards like many people here, taking all of these exercises and all the content we have at DOM-train. Both this and the C# course are completely free, link in the description. I guess I just tricked you into this ad. Anyway, the way this works is pretty simple. You can override the behavior of true and false in C# using the static bool operator true and static bool operator false. This is so weird that even the highlighting for doing something like this seems to be breaking. I would expect these to be blue as well in Rider, but they're not. Basically, you can have, if I was to just do this sort of in an honest way and I just deleted this because we don't need it, and I put it here, and then I remove the partial clause, then you can go ahead and add these like this, and potentially with the future of extension members, this could be something you can add as an extension as well, where you can say public static bool operator true, nullable person, and then person is not null returns that value, and person is null returns that value. Pretty insane, pretty out there. There's probably a very good reason why we've never really seen this in any code in production. And if you have, please let me know a valid use case for this, because other than this is so cool, I can't really find any. But if this was a C# feature, I wouldn't be too mad about it. It does feel out of place, but if you have interacted with other languages, like TypeScript, like JavaScript, like all of these other languages, this sort of makes sense. I don't know. I thought it was pretty cool. I've never seen this before. and I want to share with you. So please leave a comment down below and let me know, what do you think about this? And do you have any use case for this that might make just a tiny bit of sense? Please leave a comment down below and let me know. Well, that's all I had for you for this video. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, keep coding.